think I had to click the live button, so I don't know if I was live or not. But if not, I know I am now. Peace, peace, family. Welcome back to Flesh of the Gods. I am the God Shango. And today we getting back into that Vivirito. Shout out to Vivirito. And speaking of shout outs, before we get started, let's send a shout out to today's sponsor. Appreciate you, family. Y'all show some love.
Too late. Look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. Not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
Shout out to today's sponsor. Without any further ado, let's get into it. What up, No One, Tack Clouds, FFS, Watch the Rise, Brown Sugar Babe. Appreciate y'all being the first ones in. Much love. Let's keep it rolling.
Yes, Your Honor, but before I do, Investigator Vivirito has asked that I request that she not be filmed. There have been Rule 22s that were filed in advance of today's hearing, and she says that not only does she sometimes operate in an undercover capacity, but just given her knowledge of the organization that is involved in this case, she has concerns for her safety, and she would prefer that she not be filmed by cameras.
Okay, I don't have any problem with that. So just don't film anybody on the witness stand, okay? But everything else is fine. I have your Rule 22. It's been signed and filed. We're in good shape on that. But please do not film our witness. Thank you. All right, you may proceed, sir.
Okay, the state calls Investigator Marissa Vivirito to the stand. I'll go get her out of the back.
Okay.
Testimony about to get the court. Is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Self you got? Go ahead, have a seat for it. Need you to state the first and last name for the record.
Marissa Vivirito, Marissa Viverito.
Left off, you said that you started your investigation into this matter following the June 29th, 2024 murder of a Devontae Turner, also known as the moniker Fred. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, and this.
Of course, y'all remember Threat from the YSL trial. That was Woody homeboy. What up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? I see you. Appreciate you joining.
His Instagram page, and whose was that?
The Instagram page belonged to Keontae Sanders, also known as Midnight.
Okay. And while looking at that page, you found some direct message communications, one of which showed a disappearing message between Mr. Sanders and somebody named Mr. Smith.
Once I received his Instagram returns back, yes.
Okay, and what did that message consist of?
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word J-Shot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
All right, this is what's coming up now is already admitted into evidence. Is this the message that was sent?
It is.
And so that was Martavius Smith sent that to Mr. Sanders.
He did.
All right, now, what was significant about that to you?
I knew that J-Shot or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
And 4PF, as you testified already, was a gang that you recognized as being in a rivalry with the Goodfellas, and in particular, the only My Family subset of the Goodfellas?
And their associates, yes.
Okay. And how did you know this about John J. Shot Smith, that he was a member of 4PF?
He can be seen out there on his Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. He's filmed a music video out there.
All right. So the music video, is that something that you've seen?
It is.
Where'd you see it?
I believe it was on the YouTube account belonging to Mr. Smith.
Okay, and did you obtain a copy of that video?
I did.
Did you provide me with a copy of that before the hearing today?
I did.
Okay. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
Investigator Vivirito, I'm going to hand you a couple of discs, compact discs, that have been collectively labeled for purposes of identification as State's Exhibit G. Can you please take a look at these two discs? Do you recognize those?
I do.
How do you recognize them?
These should be the discs containing the music videos that I downloaded.
Okay. And those are the music videos that you just testified to downloading that depict John J. Smith?
Yes.
And one of these music videos depicts John J. Smith at the incident location?
Yes, in 2022, he filmed a music video at the incident location.
And that's 1043 Sparks Street?
Yes.
So the video files that are written to those two compact discs, are they exact digital copies of the video files that you downloaded from that YouTube account?
Yes, there are no alterations.
All right, so they haven't been altered or manipulated
No.
in any way?
No.
All right. At this time, the state moves to the admission of Exhibit G.
Mr. Tevis, any objections?
I would just object on relevance grounds. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff that we've heard that has nothing to do with any of these individuals, so I didn't hear how this is going to be relevant. I have an objection on that ground.
Okay. Ms. Guest?
Yes, Your Honor, we, on behalf of Mr. Hollis, join the objection as it pertains to relevance of the said video.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Regis?
I'll join.
Okay, Ms. Stewart? All right, and I'll overrule y'all. I think there is a thread that is leading us somewhere, so for now, it's admissible. Over objection.
All right, and permission to publish a brief clip of that video, Your Honor.
Granted.
All right. Gator Vivirito, if you'll look at there we go, at the monitor in front of you. Is this the music video that you were referring to?
I'd have to see the title of it.
This beat go crazy.
J Shot Who Want Problems music video?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
All right. And there are certain shots of this video that are at the 1043 Spark Street location?
Yeah, one just flashed on the screen.
Okay, so we've already seen a portion of that then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you saw this video, and then you saw that the artist that's depicted in this video, John J. Smith, was also the person depicted in the disappearing message. And on what day was that message sent?
Sent on June 30th. I believe it was read on July 1st.
Okay, so on seeing that message,
Mr. Sanders, the wiretap target, an unidentified gentleman that goes by the name Unk, or he's being referred to as Unk.
I'm going to object to this slide again. If they're about to play the call, but her conclusions and her interpretation is not the evidence.
Well, I think she was just identifying who was on the call, so I'm going to overrule. Go ahead.
okay.
Oh, what's up, huh? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on got a bunch of these folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Vivirito's gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay. Too late. They look. As long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit. Period. I'm not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
What's going on?
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on
Give Miss Sylvia her credit now.
these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominque Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. I'm telling you what's going on.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones that wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Hey, who remember him too? I think that's Jacoby Hudson. Remember, he was in the YSL trial too. He was the one that put Glanville on blast for trying to hold court with old boy without his lawyer. He went months without a lawyer. They still ain't found him no lawyer. He's supposed to have a public defender. And then they just gonna try to just process him and push him through the court system, and the boy ain't got no lawyer. But Jacoby right here pointed it out. I think that's Jacoby. I think that's his name. But he pointed it out and put Glanville on blast, and we played that before.
You see Wade Fordham with the young niggas.
Yeah. So, everybody been calling me. They been trying, like, that one ain't been telling nobody. They were like, I'm like, nah, look, I'm telling my little partner after he like, I'm like, nah, just chill. Like, when he dove over, I'm going to show a nigga how to move on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just do what y'all do. Y'all do what y'all do. Just keep the pressure on. Nah, nigga gotta make that shit dead serious. You know what I'm saying? Then they were going to get his attention, bro. Like, all that frivolous ass shit, that shit ain't going to get his attention. Nah, hell no, you got to do something to get his attention, bro. You got to send the motherfucker his way for real, for real.
Yep.
Who was that speaking that said all that right there?
Mr. Sanders.
All right. And given the other calls that you had heard during this wiretap, what was he referring to there?
He was referring to the violence that was taking place back and forth between the two sides.
Okay.
Your Honor, for purposes of the record, can we just get timestamps of whatever these happen?
Yes. All right. Moving on to 12 minutes and 37 seconds into call number 2357.
Only him.
And I'm finna tell you something. I just got whooped for too, right?
Yo, always they was, but you can't go by that. Everybody got unks around, so especially in the South, so we can't really go by that.
Before me finna pick somebody up about them two little boys in Oakland City.
Who just said that about the two little boys in Oakland City?
The call party.
And by the way, what up? Welcome. Appreciate you joining.
Yes.
Always lying love.
I don't know that about that.
That shit, that weekend ain't
Yeah, but this shit be shit, I'm telling you.
Cause one thing about it, you know like I know. But I'm crooked not to let them children go out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you know how this shit go, bro.
That shit weird. That's what I said. So that's what I've been doing tonight.
Yeah.
Like last night, I got down one.
All right. Was that the extent of the relevant portions of that call?
Yes.
All right. Now you next identified a call 3999.
Yes.
What was the date and time of this call?
July 29th. I can't remember the exact time.
All right. Would the timestamp or the titles of the actual sound files? Yeah, it just has the date of the call. But so you don't recall the exact time, but do you know the parties to the call?
I believe it was another.
What up, late night baking with Mookie? He said, I was just called Unc today. That's a fact.
Unknown, unidentified male that we're unable to identify, and Mr. Sanders.
Okay. Go ahead and play that call starting at 5 minutes and 27 seconds into it.
Well, what's up, my brother? What's going on, T-Doe? Soon, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, yeah, but shit, man.
There we go, starting at 5:26.
Right. Yeah, but get what though, bro? You know that shit gonna come out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it go.
Well, yeah, that shit gonna come out, right? So you know, that I'm just sitting back waiting on me. So I don't talk. Yeah. I'm pulling up about that. Cause I want to let them niggas know, like, hey, look, I'm coming about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like no answer about that, but I'm coming about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Leo said he's trying to leak every day. He calling me like, hey, look, bro, I'm trying to spin. You know what I'm saying? So he on right. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that was made the remark about trying to spin?
Mr. Sanders said that Lee calls him every day saying he's trying to spin.
Lee, who's that?
Ali Caldwell.
Okay.
Objection and speculation.
If I may ask further questions, Your Honor, can I clarify?
All right, just hold on one second. rephrase, and then we'll see if Mr. Tevis has another objection.
Were you, during your investigation, did you ever determine or identify anyone that went by the moniker Lee?
Yes,
And who was that?
Mr. Ali Caldwell.
Did you find anybody else that went by that moniker?
No,
All right, that's an associate of the people that were involved in the Somath gang.
no.
Okay, and how did you determine that Mr. Caldwell, Ali Caldwell, went by the moniker Lee?
I've known that for a long time, but during the course of this investigation, we'll later listen to a call where Mr. Sanders calls Ali Caldwell and tells him that here people were trying to do things to Lee. And that's referenced after he says, I'm going to make a call to handle it. He calls the person and tells them, you're not going to touch Lee, in reference to Ali Caldwell. So we knew that that's how he would refer to Ali Caldwell.
So you actually heard a conversation between the two men where Ali Caldwell was referenced by the moniker Lee.
Right, and Mr. Sanders referencing with other people the name Lee in reference to Ali Caldwell.
So in this call that we did, the portion of which we just listened to, 3999, Mr. Sanders said that he spoke with Lee every day and Lee was trying to spin.
Correct.
That's not Jacoby. So Jacoby must have been what's his name, lawyer? What's the boy name? DK. So was Jacoby DK lawyer? That's the other one. Then I don't know his name. It's the right situation that he got into it with Glanville, but I think I got his name wrong. So appreciate that. Jacoby must have been DK lawyer though. Let me know if I'm wrong.
What does that mean? Spin, trying to spin.
Objections, calls for speculation.
No, she's been qualified as a gang expert. She can answer.
Judge, there's no even foundation. This is a gang term. I mean, what we're getting is a slide where the state and the witness have clearly gotten together to talk about what she's going to testify to, and everything we've heard so far is speculation. If they want to play the calls, we can continue this 20 more times and listen to the calls, but she can't get up here and say what these people are talking about and that this person, Lee, means this person who's sitting at the table. That is speculation. It's nothing to do with her gang expertise.
Well, Your Honor,
Okay, I see up top Mookie say yeah. So yeah, that's Jacoby was DK lawyer.
I did play the call and we heard the spin. That has nothing.
This person, Lee, means this person who's sitting at the table. That is speculation. It's nothing to do with her gang expertise.
Well, Your Honor, I did play the call and we heard the spin. That has nothing to do with the
That's
slide.
the evidence.
She's been qualified as a gang expert. She can say if she thinks that's a term used by the gang. She's already said she believes it's your client on the call. So I'm going to allow her to answer the question.
All right, go on, Investigator Vivirito. What does trying to spin mean?
Shoot something, or they'll say, I want to feel like I want to spin, we need to go shoot up a location. Or spin the block, we need to go shoot a location or a series of locations.
Okay. All right, so then at some point you went up on a wiretap involving, and this was subsequent to the wiretap of Mr. Sanders involving Mr. Altavius Jackson.
Yes, start 30th, we began to intercept the calls on Mr. Jackson's cellular device.
All right. And what was the evidence, or what did you find that led to your seeking and obtaining an order allowing the interception of communications on his phone number?
Mr. Jackson would speak with Mr. Sanders regarding a variety of different gang issues, as well as the call 817 that you heard referring to what we believe to be the incident at 1043 Spark Street.
Okay. Now, as you went about this wiretap investigation, what were some of the methods that you employed to identify the numbers that the men, your two targets, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Sanders, to identify? Okay, and how did you determine that Mr. Caldwell, Ali Caldwell, went by the moniker Lee?
I've known that for a long time, but during the course of this investigation, we'll later listen to a call where Mr. Sanders calls Ali Caldwell and tells him that here people were trying to do things to Lee. And that's referenced after he says, I'm going to make a call to handle it. He calls the person and tells them, you're not going to touch Lee.
What's good, family? Jerome in the house. Appreciate you joining. And shout out to FFS over here dropping the memberships. Y'all drop some slime brothers in the chat. Drop some FFS emojis. Show them some love. Give it up for FFS. Appreciate you, family. Today's stream sponsor. Let me add you to the list up there with our other stream sponsor. Do I got to play the clip? We got to make sure we give her credit.
Look, as long as they give me...
Nah, I ain't going to do y'all like that, but I'm fucking with y'all. Shout out to FFS. Appreciate you for the gifted membership. If you got gifted a membership from FFS, please show them some love.
In reference to Ali Caldwell. So we knew that that's how he would refer to Ali Caldwell.
So you actually heard a conversation between the two men where Ali Caldwell was referenced by the moniker Lee.
Right, and Mr. Sanders referencing with other people the name Lee in reference to Ali Caldwell.
So in this call that we did, the portion of which we just listened to, 3999, Mr. Sanders said that he spoke with Lee every day and Lee was trying to spin.
Correct.
What does that mean, spin, trying to spin?
Objections, calls for speculation.
No, she's been qualified as a gang expert. She can answer.
Judge, there's no even foundation. This is a gang term. I mean, what we're getting is we're getting a slide where the state and the witness have clearly gotten together to talk about what she's going to testify to, and everything we've heard so far is speculation. If they want to play the calls, we can continue this 20 more times and listen to the calls, but she can't get up here and say what these people are talking about and that this person, Lee, means this person who's sitting at the table. That is speculation. It's nothing to do with her gang expertise.
Well, Your Honor, I did play the call and we heard the spin. That has nothing to do with the
That's
slide.
the evidence.
She's been qualified as a gang expert. She can say if she thinks that's a term used by the gang. She's already said she believes it's...
Brown sugar, babe. And Chamar Black is golden in the house. What up, family? Appreciate you. Oh, we can't say fam no more. That make us a gang now, huh? You can't be fam. Fam mean that we La Familia, La Costa Nostra.
The client on the call. So I'm going to allow her to answer the question.
All right, go on, Investigator Vivirito. What does trying to spin mean?
Shoot something, or they'll say, I want to feel like I want to spin, meaning to go shoot up a location, or spin the block, meaning to go shoot a location or...
Okay. All right, so then at some point you went up on a wiretap involving, and this was subsequent to the wiretap of Mr. Sanders involving Mr. Altavius Jackson.
Yes, starting July 30th, we began to intercept the calls on Mr. Jackson's cellular device.
All right. And what was the evidence, or what did you find that led to your seeking and obtaining an order allowing the interception of communications on his phone number?
Mr. Jackson would speak with Mr. Sanders regarding a variety of different gang issues, as well as the call 817 that you heard referring to what we believe to be the incident at 1043 Spark Street.
Okay. Now, as you went about this wiretap investigation, what were some of the methods that you employed to identify the numbers that the men, your two targets, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Sanders, to identify the people that were associated with the numbers they were calling?
We had a lot of success with looking through Instagram records where people would provide their phone numbers. We had a bunch of law enforcement resources that we could use to find subscriber information for who belongs to a certain phone number. And based on some of the context of some of the calls, also in real time, observing people doing surveillance, say, hey, I'm doing this, and putting eyes on them doing it.
So here on slide 46, is this one such example of when you found a number on Instagram?
Correct.
All right, whose number is this?
That's a number for Traydon Crawford, and you'll see he provides that number to a female in his Instagram records.
And what day does he provide that number to a female on his Instagram records?
July 1st of 2024.
And is that July 1st at what time now?
Probably
like 6:06 p.m. maybe?
right around then, yes.
All right, and that number was 404-539-4681?
Correct.
And whose number is this right here?
That's Ali Caldwell, and you'll see he again is providing that number to a female in his Instagram records on May 29th of 2024.
And so this is a direct message that he sent to a female?
Correct.
What was Mr. Ali Caldwell's Instagram moniker?
I'm Just Lee.
Okay, and how do you spell that?
IMJUSLEE.
And the phone number that he provided, that he transmitted to that female was 404-906-6297?
Yes, that's one of the numbers associated with Mr. Caldwell.
All right. Now, as you continue with your wiretap investigation, did you, I believe you mentioned this already, there were a couple of calls involving Mr. Ali Caldwell concerning a text message conversation that had been intercepted?
Yes.
All right, and I'll just go ahead and play those calls. Those were 4293 and 4292 and 4293?
Yes.
Okay.
Yo, what you doing?
Leader Dominque Jones, in a historical photo that was taken at the crime scene, and that's Elijah Payton's driver's license.
Lady Justice is blind. Everybody
It's
can
just
get
Mr. Thomas. I think there was a bit of an issue with Mr. Turner's family, and he's talking about the family maybe a little upset with Mr. Thomas.
Okay.
And Mr. Sanders saying that he'll handle it.
All right, now who, the participants in this message, direct message that you obtained, who are they?
This is Richard Hollis sending a message at 2:15 a.m. to Mr. Thomas asking for his phone number.
2:15 a.m. on what day?
July 2nd.
Okay. And what was the significance of this?
Correlation in time to the murder, with being maybe a little bit less than 2 hours. And the fact that Mr. Hollis was, we know, on scene from his phone, and him reaching out to Mr. Thomas in the middle of the night.
Okay. It looks like it's from the...
Hold on. So, we want to give credit where credit is due, right? Let me see if we can catch this. Let me see.
On scene from his phone.
You gotta be quick.
And him reaching out to
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. I got the picture. I ain't gonna pull it up. I ain't even gonna do you like that. But let me see.
Thomas in the middle of the night, a little bit less than 2 hours. And the fact that Mr. Hollis
Y'all see that?
was, we know, on scene from his phone. And him reaching out to Mr. Thomas in the middle of the night. Or prior to the murder, when Mr. Sanders gets word of...
I ain't gonna do it. But for those who know, y'all talk about give credit where credit is due. Be careful what you ask for, because I got the picture, and it's on there. If y'all freeze frame, you could catch it. But yeah, it did show Detective Burrito. It did show her. And while we here, show some love to Chan Black is Golden with the 5 motherfucking gifted memberships. Appreciate you, family. Y'all show her some love. Shout out to the stream sponsors. Let me drop a bomb one time for the one time. Where my bombs at? It's been so long since I used them. I ain't even used the bombs in so long. It's been so long since I had a 5 membership. Let's go. Boom. Shout out to Chan Black is Golden. Appreciate the love, family. I'll give you 2 for that one. I'll give you 2 for that one. Boom. And 1 for FFS because I think he passed the 5 mark too. Let's get it, fam. Boom. All right, we gonna get back into it. Y'all stay tuned. I'm feeling good. I might talk my shit today. I just might talk my shit today. Y'all wanna? All right, I just might do it. I don't know. If I get enough donations, I'll talk my shit. If I get enough, I'll talk my shit. You want to see me talk that shit? All right, anyway. All right, back to it. My bad, family. Shout out to the sponsors, though.
J-Shot, or the name J-Shot, he reaches out to Mr. Caldwell almost immediately, and then Mr. Caldwell tells him to FaceTime me. Mr. Sanders says, okay, and then the conversation picks back up at about 3:45 a.m.
On what day on 3/4?
July 2nd.
So a couple hours after the murder.
Correct.
And when the conversation picks back up, what are they talking about?
Mr. Sanders sends Mr. Caldwell a photo and says, this one of them. And I recognize the photo to be of a gentleman named Elijah Payton. And Mr. Caldwell says, okay.
Who's Elijah Payton?
He is a member of 4PF, again, close with the gang's leader, Dominque Jones, and also close with John Smith, J-Shot.
Okay. So it was a bit like when you saw the exchange regarding John Smith, J-Shot.
Correct.
So what did you do with this information once you saw this?
I began to research Elijah Payton a little bit. I noticed that he too was often featured at the crime scene on his social media accounts. And then I found a phone number through our analyst that's associated with Mr. Payton's driver's license. We put that in CellHawk, which is our phone software that helps process phone records. And what we could see was that Mr. Payton was present in the tower that services the crime scene at 12:13 a.m.
And in slide 24, is that when you say you put it in CellHawk, you queried the number through CellHawk, this is what you saw?
Correct.
All right, and if you saw that the number associated with Mr. Payton appeared in this particular record, what did that tell you?
That his device was in the area that with the same tower that services 1043 Spark Street, consistent with the messages that I was seeing saying that he was out there.
All right, so potentially means that Elijah Payton was at the crime scene at the time of the murder.
Correct.
Was he ever interviewed?
He's unable to be located at this time.
All right, slide 23. Who's depicted here?
That's Elijah Payton with the gang's leader, Dominque Jones, in a historical photo that was taken at the crime scene, and that's Elijah Payton's driver's license photo.
All right, and the two men, okay, so is that Dominque Jones there on the left?
He'll be on the right, and Mr. Payton is on the left in the tie-dye t-shirt.
Oh, right, okay.
And that photo, like I said, is at the crime scene.
Okay. All right, now, as you continued your investigation, here we are on slide 25. What is this right here?
I could see that when we started looking in some of the vehicles that Detective Hulse had located and identified, that leaving consistent, the LPRs or license plate readers consistent with a route you would take back, leaving.
Sweetie! Sweetie! Yeah, let's go. I see you, FFS. Appreciate the membership.
The candlelight vigil, the rental car that Mr. Traydon Crawford was in possession of that night hit an LPR, I believe it was MLK Jr. Drive eastbound at Hamilton E. Homes, and then 5 minutes later, you'll see the white Nissan Maxima used in the homicide hit that same LPR about 5 minutes afterwards.
Okay. And slide 26 is another license plate reader image who obtained this image?
I did, from the flock camera system.
And what was the significance of this?
Just to get a clearer picture of the vehicle.
All right, and the timestamp at the bottom of this image is July 1st, 2024 at 18 or 6:13 p.m. and 38 seconds Eastern Daylight Time?
Correct.
All right, and where was this camera mounted that photographed the vehicle at that time?
Butner Road Southwest at Tell Road.
Okay. And here on slide 28, there's another image, another LPR license plate reader camera image that depicts looks to be a black Dodge Challenger or Charger. What was the significance of this?
So when I started researching the vehicle on slide 27, there was a police report out of South Fulton where the vehicle had been stolen from an apartment complex. I learned that California tag did not belong on that vehicle, and it had been...
Which vehicle are you referring to?
Did not belong on the white Maxima.
Okay.
I learned that tag was stolen on June 30th from 3804 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive by a black Dodge Challenger bearing the Ohio tag you see on slide 28.
Okay. And what was the significance of that?
I was familiar from the location. Mr. Reginald Thomas was, during the course of this investigation, I branched off into a pretty large-scale narcotics investigation, and there were two locations that Mr. Thomas was operating. Where this tag was stolen from was across the street from what they would refer to as the bottom location.
All right. So the tag that was affixed to one of the vehicles associated with the homicide was stolen from a location near where Mr. Reginald Thomas was known to frequent?
Correct.
Okay. Slide 29. This looks to be a screenshot from Instagram. What's the significance of this?
That's the location that Mr. Thomas was operating the narcotics location at. I saw this on Instagram. We would also do physical surveillance at the location and see him out there. There was an Instagram where there was an incident where associates of his attempted a ATM smash and grab, and they dumped that vehicle at 3804 MLK. So we were familiar with the relationship between the two spots.
Okay. And slide 30, looks like more intel that you gathered related to the vehicles, this time from a flock camera, a photograph of which was taken on July 17, 2024 at 12:23 p.m. and 43 seconds. What's this right here?
So,
Lady Justice is blind. Everybody can get it.
On the Dodge Challenger that was used to steal a California tag is now affixed to a black Nissan Maxima. And that was recovered as stolen. Tag that was on the Dodge Challenger that was used to steal a California tag is now affixed to a black Nissan Maxima. And that was recovered as stolen at 2190 Verbena Street.
And what's the significance of 2190 Verbena Street?
2190 Verbena Street is where I know Ali Caldwell to frequent. He's there daily, and that's where we locked him up on August 28th.
So the tag that was formerly affixed to the black Dodge Challenger, which was used to steal the tag, which would end up affixed to one of the murder vehicles, was then later recovered to yet another vehicle on or around July 17th?
This is when it's being privately towed from the tow yard. It was recovered on July 12th, 10 days after the murder.
And where was this vehicle recovered?
2190 Verbena Street.
Okay, okay. And that would be where Ali Caldwell was known to frequent?
Correct.
And how do you know that?
I've seen him out there on multiple occasions. Like I said, we arrested him there. In his phone extraction, I saw that he had 2 power bills, one for apartment 1 and one for apartment 13 at the location in his phone extraction.
All right, slide 32. What are we seeing here?
So this is another slide or demonstrative that's generated from the CellHawk program that our analysts made for us. As you can see, this is showing that with both of Mr. Caldwell's cellular devices, his #1 tower that he utilizes with the phone is the tower that services 2190 Verbena Street.
Okay. All right, and
I ain't say that, but I know who said that, Suzanne. So if you putting up on me, I'm going to repeat it. Now, go ahead and do it. That's me, right? If they need to outlet me, just pull up on me, right? Yeah. Yeah, go on, get on that, and then just hit me back right quick. For sure. Hey, look, bro. Yeah, well. Hey, who said it, though? Yeah, I don't even know no better, but shit, it was supposed to be, he did some crazy shit, but some shit that I'm not gonna say on the phone type shit. You feel me? Yeah. Man, FaceTime, I'm finna FaceTime. All right, Mark.
And who was that at the end of the call that said, I'm going to FaceTime you?
I believe Mr. Sanders and AJ both say they're going to FaceTime each other because they don't want to talk on the phone about it.
And what preceded that? Why didn't they want to talk on the phone about it?
Objection, speculation.
That is speculation. Sustained.
All right, well, what did you hear them say immediately before they said they did?
That was a dumbass question. Why didn't they want to talk about it? What the fuck? How the fuck she supposed to know?
Didn't want to talk on the phone about it.
Objection, speculation.
Sanders and AJ both say they're going to FaceTime each other because they don't want to talk on the phone about it.
And what preceded that? Why didn't they want to talk on the phone about it?
Objection, speculation.
That is speculation. Sustained.
All right, well, what did you hear them say immediately before they said they didn't want to talk on the phone about it?
That Lee had done some crazy shit, some shit he's not going to talk on the phone about.
Okay. And there was also a reference during that call, Mr. Sanders said that to dead that?
Correct.
That was Sanders that said that?
Correct.
What does that mean?
To stop the plan to harm Mr. Caldwell.
And this is what Sanders is telling AJ?
Correct.
And were you able to, as a gang expert, through listening to that call and the contextual details that were provided, determine who AJ may have been, that he would have been able to carry out that request on behalf of Mr. Sanders?
Based on the context of the call and some of the terms that were used during the call, it sounded like a younger member of the gang.
And which gang was that?
OMF or Goodfellas.
Okay, now moving right along here, if we look at, and this is again
My bad for the volume. I adjusted it. I know that was probably super loud, but shout out to FFS with the 5 gifted. He said he here. He with the shits. He ready to see his nigga turn up. All right, we gonna see. We getting there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling it today. We might have to let that happen. Appreciate you, family. Y'all show some love to FFS. Drop some slime brothers in the chat. Shout out to today's stream sponsors. Much love. Let's keep it rolling.
Subset of the social media you obtain.
But what happened? They just going too much.
All right, now going back to the subset of or a portion of the social media that you obtained your investigation here on slide 50. Where did you obtain this right here?
This is from Mr. Caldwell's phone extraction.
Okay, and what are we looking at? What is this?
So after Mr. Sanders, I can tell from the time of the call and the time of the records, if you look at the slide 49 prior to this, you can see there's a series of phone calls that happen between Mr. Primrose, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Traydon Crawford. Video calls take place. But ultimately, Mr. Caldwell had, like he was told to do, messaged Mr. Primrose and was sent the message in question about people talking about harming them.
Okay, so those wiretap calls, 4292 and 4293, that we just listened to.
Hey, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. If you don't give a damn, we don't give.
They concerned a group chat with a LaShawn Primrose as a participant.
Correct.
And when you looked at Mr. Caldwell's phone, you found a bunch of call logs that included various parties with whom Mr. Caldwell was speaking, including LaShawn Primrose.
Correct.
And these would have been, looks like starting just after midnight on August 3rd, 2024?
No, this has been, there was additional calls prior to this, but this is adjusted for UTC.
Okay. So August 3rd at 4:12 a.m. UTC time, that'd be about...
Brown Sugar said, where my rain boots? It's raining up in this mofo.
12 minutes after midnight Eastern time?
No, it's already been adjusted for UTC.
Is that what UTC plus 0 means in parentheses next?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so anyway, you have this log of phone calls, right, that you extracted from Mr. Caldwell's phone, and then you already told us here on slide 50, you also found this. What was this right here?
This was what he was sent by, or the information that Mr. Primrose had received that was sent to Mr. Caldwell. You could see Mr. Traydon Crawford's also named. And in the call log, you'll see almost a 2-hour FaceTime call happens between him and Mr.
Oh, shots fired. Did Jerome Street say, what? With the eyes? Say, where are you at? Are you sure about that? He said it ain't raining. I don't need no rain boots. No, I'm just playing. I don't think that's what he was talking about, but it fit. Hit me in the heart.
Mr. Caldwell after receiving this.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Crawford.
And that's here.
I'm sorry, that's Traydon.
Traydon Crawford, sorry.
I apologize.
Thank you. And again, here on slide 49, you added these names: the Traydon Crawford, the Queante Sanders, the Adante Thomas, the Deontay Phillips, LaShawn Primrose. You added all those names.
Correct.
And third from the bottom, there's a FaceTime call, and that's 2 hours, 20 minutes long, and 22 seconds. That's the call that you're referring to?
Correct.
All right, and these here on the left, we go to slide 50, and the left-hand slide, there's looks like text message, portions of a text message conversation. It says few night.
Correct.
What was that in Caldwell's phone?
That's how Mr. Primrose's contact was saved. I believe Mr. Sanders refers to him as nephew, so that would be few night, few from nephew, midnight.
Okay. All right, so as you continued with the wiretap investigation, you then intercepted a call 4547?
Yes.
All right, and what was the date of that call?
I'd need to slide back up so I can give you the exact date.
If you had a copy of your...
Yo, Brown Sugar, babe, you better put some respect on Beth's name. You better put some respect on Beth's name. That's the new patrol of the streets.
PowerPoint presentation, would it refresh your memory?
It would.
All right. Here you go.
Jazzy motherfucking T in the building. What's good, family? Appreciate you joining.
Greg?
I had investigator Vivirito. Here's a
You snorting, don't you over there? No lines, no drugs around here. No drugs, no snorting.
copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could please look at that and let me know when you've
Do you
arrived.
have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor. I don't
Okay.
think I made
Sorry.
copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay. And we'll be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
All right. So right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
Period.
When he got time like shit, nigga, I don't see. I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. Ain't gonna be no more folky up when I get down with that shit.
All right. Now, that mention of tearing Oakland City apart.
He said, ain't gonna be no more when I get done with that shit. He said he about to wrap up the whole gang.
Was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the Zone 4 area of Atlanta, and the crime scene would fall inside Oakland City. It's Lee Street. I would say Lee Street between Donnelly and White Oak, maybe. It's in the West End, kind of.
So 1043 Spark Street would fall within Oakland City?
Yes.
Okay.
Folks tell Open City apart. Ain't gonna be no more folky up when I get down with that shit. I'm gonna tell that nigga, hey, look, you gonna pay me, or you gonna continue to bury your own boy.
Listen to this.
And a copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could.
He said, I'm gonna tell him either you gonna pay me or you gonna bury your homeboy. on the tap. Even if she didn't know, she for sure would have made something up. That's a fact. What up, adventuring? I see you. Appreciate you joining.
Please look at that and let me know when you've
Do you
arrived.
have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor. I don't
Okay.
think I made
Sorry.
copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay. And we'll be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
All right. So right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
Period.
When he got time like shit, nigga, I don't see. I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. Ain't gonna be no more folky up when I get down with that shit.
All right. Now, that mention of tearing Oakland City apart. That was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the Zone 4 area of Atlanta, and the crime scene would fall inside Oakland City. It's Lee Street. I would say Lee Street between Donnelly and White Oak, maybe. It's in
So 1043.
near the West End, kind of.
So 1043 Spark Street would fall within Oakland City?
Yeah.
Jazzy motherfucking T, what's good again?
Okay.
Folks tell Open City apart. Ain't gonna be no more folky up when I get down with that shit. I'm gonna tell that nigga.
Yo, after class, I believe the judge name is Rachel Krause. It didn't fully show her face, so I can't confirm that's her for sure. Unless I look it up, maybe I could find it. But I'm pretty sure by her voice, that's Rachel Krause. That's the same judge that recused Glanville. And the same judge that approved attorney... What's her name? Ashley Merchant to get that she won against with Fanny, or was that Ingram? I don't know. But anyway, it was the one that when Ashley Merchant, when she was in court talking to Dexter Bond, Rachel Krause was the judge, and that's the same judge in this trial. I mean, so far, it's not a trial; it's a preliminary hearing, but yeah, same judge.
Yeah, look, you gonna pay me, or you gonna send you bury your own boy? Right. Yeah. I still got you trying this. You know how the streets are. You know everybody vote me, so you know you can't get around me. Like these niggas gonna call me, bro. These niggas gonna call me and be like, look, you know these folks be up. Like they don't call and let me know wherever y'all niggas be at. You know what I'm saying? Man, he gotta think about his shows and shit he had to do. He was like, it's just gone. You know, see, you know a nigga make that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get active.
All right, that mention of being ready to get active, do you know what that meant?
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominique Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
They already know you couldn't have to. What? If you tell me like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money up, I know you gonna have you get out, man. I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna need to let nobody know on my first day I'm handling that. Yeah, man, because you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful to me. Y'all niggas know that my little bitch. Yeah, that was disrespectful to me. What? Yeah, I cut these niggas out. I'm tell you now, like, man, all these niggas ain't supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas ain't supposed to be gang. These niggas ain't supposed to be got down. These niggas supposed to be crying.
I didn't mishear that. Oh.
No.
Hold on real quick. Shout out to our sponsor again. I don't want her to feel left out. You know, we want to make sure we're showing some love. So shout out to today's sponsor for the clip. Want to give them their credit.
See, you know a nigga make that be gang. These niggas ain't supposed to be got down. These niggas supposed to be crying.
I didn't mishear that. Oh.
You know, see, you know a nigga make that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get active.
All right, that mention of being ready to get active, do you know what that meant?
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominique Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
They already know you couldn't have to. What? If you tell me like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money up, I know you gonna have you get out, man. I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna need to let nobody know on my first day I'm handling that. Yeah, man, because you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful to me. Y'all niggas know that my little bitch. Yeah, that was disrespectful to me. Yeah, I cut these niggas out. I'm tell you now, like, man, all these niggas ain't supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas ain't supposed to be gang. These niggas ain't supposed to be got down. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Mr. Sanders, that was supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she has personal knowledge, if she knows who he's talking about.
I know who he was talking about. He was talking about your ass. No, I'm just playing. I just had to interrupt y'all just because I'm feeling myself today. I'm feeling myself. Y'all don't even know about that. I'm feeling myself.
I'll let her testify.
Mr. Sanders, that was supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she has personal knowledge, if she knows who he's talking about, I'll let her testify. Does she have personal knowledge?
Based on your personal knowledge, Investigator Vivirito, if you know who he was referring to when he said they're supposed to be dying?
Yeah. Again, shout out to the sponsors, and also, you know what?
I'm the gatekeeper.
Shout out to the gatekeepers.
Based on the prior context and what's about to follow, if you play the context.
Chica would have been crying, God would have been put on killed her baby dad.
Who?
Chica?
Who is that?
Who talked to Booty? Who you talk to Booty? You know our baby daddy, Jason, I've been put on killed him, no doubt.
What he do?
Man, he 4 up.
Oh. And what's your baby mama name?
No, Tika. Well, you know Tika.
Oh, Tika.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've heard a little bit more of the conversation, does that provide you with the context?
Yes, he's referencing members of 4PF.
When he says they're supposed to be dying.
Correct.
All right. So as you continued with your wiretap investigation, you intercepted a call 4814.
Correct.
And what day was that call placed?
August 13th of 2024.
And who are the parties in that call?
Keontae Sanders and his girlfriend, Kelvisha Sadie.
Judge, I'm going to object to this and probably the next several things.
I tell you, nigga, I'll tell you now, like, man, all these niggas supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be goddamn. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Mr. Sanders there says supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
You know, see, you know, a nigga make that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get active.
All right, that mention of being ready to get active, do you know what that means?
That boy say, I'm just ready to get active. That's kind of telling. It's kind of an admission. But only if you could have somebody that can confirm it.
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominique Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Hold on. Ali B from Tennessee said, why am I not familiar with this trial? I feel dumb. Is this tied to YSL? Don't feel dumb. No, this is brand new. They haven't even started trial yet. It ain't brand new, but they just now starting a court process. And this is a preliminary hearing. This is before trial. This is just to see if it's even worth it to take it to trial. So don't feel bad. You ain't dumb. This is pre-trial. And this is about this is not about Lil Baby. This is about the opposing. This is about Lil Baby ops. Supposedly they went and tried to shoot up Lil Baby, but instead they shot some little kids, you know, which is bad. RIP. More power to them. But yeah, don't feel bad. I see Stacy Sibbett in the house. What's good? I see Berta S up in here. What's good, Berta S? I see you. Appreciate you joining.
They already know you finna have to.
What? Yo, and you telling me, like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money on. I know you gonna have you get out. Man, I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna let nobody know on my birthday I'm handling that. Yeah, because you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful with me. Y'all didn't know that my little kid.
Yeah, that was disrespectful to you.
I tell you, nigga, I'll tell you now, like, man, all these niggas scared. Like, man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be these niggas supposed to be crying.
So he said he's gonna take these niggas. Oh, you know I don't like to say that word. Out. I'm sorry. The family's supposed to be crying. You're right. He did say dying and then crying. You're right. Asia was right. Thank you, Asia. You got some good ears, Asia, because my ears was jacked up.
Shout out to another appearance from today's sponsor. A brief intermission. You right, intermission. Appreciate you, family. Much love. Y'all show some love. Drop some Sylvia emojis in the chat for Miss Sylvia. Appreciate the content, family.
Mr. Sanders there says supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she has personal knowledge, if she knows who he's talking about, I'll let her testify. Does she have personal knowledge?
Is it based on your personal knowledge, Investigator Vivirito, if you know who he was referring to when he said they're supposed to be dying?
Based on the prior context and what's about to follow, if you play the context.
Tika would have been crying. I would have been put over, killed her baby dad. Hello? Tika? Who is that? Who talk to who? Who you talk to who? You know our baby daddy, Jason, I would have been put over, killed him, no doubt. What he do? Man, he poked you up. And what's your baby mama name? No, Tika. Well, you know Tika. Oh, Tika. Yeah.
All right. Now that you've heard a little bit more, does that provide you with the context?
Yes, he's referencing members of 4PF.
When he says they're supposed to be dying.
Correct.
All right. So as you continued with your wiretap investigation, you intercepted a call 4814.
Correct.
And what day was that call placed?
August 13th of 2024.
And who are the parties in that call?
Keontae Sanders and his girlfriend, Kelvisha Sadie.
I'm going to object to this and probably the next several things on relevance grounds. I realize Mr. Sanders may be part of an impending indictment. He's not part of this hearing. We're talking about conduct more than a month after the incident that we're here about. I would just ask if the state could either tie this in some way or if we could move on. We're running short on time.
Well, it's all of the defense have been charged with a litany of gang charges, and this goes to the motive. And also, it is one of the many things that proves the existence of the gang. So all of these calls are relevant for that purpose.
We'll stipulate that gangs exist.
Okay. Is there anything specific? Are any of these defendants talked about or named in this particular call that you want to play?
No, Your Honor.
And I am going to sustain with respect to that one. And Mr. Tavish, you can renew as each one comes up. But I think we are, I don't think anybody's saying there isn't a gang at this point. And I think we have developed a nexus thus far, but it's got to be pertinent to the 5 folks who are with us in the courtroom.
All right, so let's try to focus on Investigator Vivirito on calls that just concern the defendants. Did you intercept a call 7165? And so you obtained the warrants again for everybody's arrest on within that same narrow period of time?
Correct.
All right. And you at some point before all that happened, though, you interviewed Mr. Ali Caldwell?
Yes, during his arrest in August.
All right, but that wasn't on the murder?
No.
All right, and what, if anything, did he tell you during that interview?
We just let him know that we learned that he may be at risk of being harmed, and see if we could help him anyway, or if he knew anything that could provide us information. And he basically said he knew nothing about anything.
Did you actually believe that he was at risk of being harmed?
Based on what we'd heard on the wiretap, yes.
And was that the 4292 and 4293 call?
And there were other calls, yes.
All right. And did he have any reaction to being told that?
I think he started laughing.
He started what?
Laughing at one point, and he said he wasn't concerned.
All right. Well, per those wiretap calls, he would have already known about it anyway, right? Was he a party to one of them?
Correct.
Okay. And did he have any insight regarding the homicide at 1043 Spark Street?
No.
All right. Was that the arrest where you recovered his 2 phones?
It was.
Okay. The ones that we've looked at excerpts from during this?
Correct.
All right. And then on January 15, 2025...
Peace to the family. Welcome to Flesh of the Gods. So you want to get your hands on some slime coins? No problem. Just jump into the chat, drop a message, and boom, you'll be gifted your first points. Now, if you want to see how many you've got, just type !slime coins in the chat, one word, no spaces, and you'll see your balance pop up in the chat. And when you're ready to redeem them, look up at the top of the screen for command prompts. The commands on the top left will alter the stream. The commands on the top right will summon puppets. You can donate via Cash App at $Versatile369 or the PayPal link in the video description. Thank you for tapping into the most interactive live stream. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Your support is greatly appreciated. Stay fresh and stay blessed, family.
Too late. They look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. I'm not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
What happened on that day during the fugitive investigation?
During that day, the Atlanta Police Department Fugitive Unit attempted to take Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford into custody at 2 separate locations that they were obtaining from their cellular devices.
But were they actually arrested on that day?
They were not.
So what happened there?
At the first location for Mr. Traydon Crawford, his cell phone was located at the residence and he was not there. And when we executed a search warrant at the location for Mr. Ali Caldwell at the apartment of a Miss Isis Buffington, his phone was plugged in on the counter and he was not there. Correct.
How did you know that it was his phone?
It was the same phone number that we had records for and had communication with.
All right, so you seized the phone?
We did.
Okay. And were you able to tell by reviewing the records how long the phone had been abandoned, that they were left, or when it arrived at that location?
I did not review the records. It was a fugitive unit would have been reviewing those records. But I could tell you after receiving social media records for both Mr. Crawford and Mr. Caldwell, they had abandoned their phone numbers that they originally had.
All right.
That was shortly after the warrants were obtained.
Okay. So their phones were in one place and they were in another?
Correct.
All right. Now, on January 15, 2025, Mr. Marcus Crawford was arrested. You testified that during the previous hearing, correct?
Correct.
Or during the earlier part of your direct examination. You also spoke about his interview?
Correct.
All right. What if anything, that was of particular relevance to you was found during his arrest?
I was not present at his arrest. I executed a search warrant at his home the day after his arrest, where we recovered 3 rifle magazines, 2 of which were empty, 1 was still loaded with ammunition.
Okay, and what kind of ammunition was that?
Green-tipped rifle ammunition, bearing most notably the head stamp LC13 on some of the rounds.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Granted.
Now, Investigator Vivirito, I'm going to hand you a photo that's been marked for purposes of identification. It states Exhibit I. Do you recognize that photo?
I do.
And how do you recognize it?
That's a photo that I took of one of the bullets that were loaded into the rifle magazine that was full.
So you actually took that photograph?
Yes, I photographed each bullet.
And you photographed, where were you when you took this photograph?
The Atlanta Police Headquarters.
All right, so is this photograph an exact digital copy or not?
Yo, we got 30 minutes left. I don't know if I'm gonna crash out tonight. I don't know if we got enough donations. I see FFS doing this thing, but I don't see nobody else dropping. So I don't know. I might just keep it cool, calm, and collected for the night.
Exact tangible copy of the photo that you took of the bullet that was recovered in the magazine that was recovered from the site of Mr. Marcus Crawford's arrest?
Yes.
So this photograph hasn't been altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
At this time, the state moves to the admission of Exhibit I.
Mr. Chavis?
I haven't seen it.
We only $990 away from 1,000. We need 1,000 and I'ma crash out, y'all. Where the 1,000 at?
No objection.
All right, Ms. Guest. It's not your client, but I want everybody on record.
No objection.
Okay?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, it's submitted without objection. Thank you.
All right, and permission to publish the photo, Your Honor?
Granted.
All right. All right, so Investigator Vivirito, here's the photo that you took. Now, what if anything, was significant about this particular round?
That a round or a shell casing with a similar head stamp of LC-13 was located at the scene of the Spark Street murder.
So spent casings that were ejected after the projectile was fired from Sane, were found at the scene of the murder.
A LC-13 casing, yes.
All right, and do you know what that alphanumeric combination stamped on the back of the live round means?
From my research, the LC stands for Lake City Ammunition. It's a brand of ammunition, and the 13 stands for 2013, which was the year that the ammunition would have been manufactured.
Okay, and that LC-13 was printed on the back of the shell casings found at the scene too?
One of the shell casings that was collected, yes.
Okay. All right. All right, now on February 25th, 2025, there were some arrests made on that day?
Yes.
And who was arrested on that day?
Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford were arrested on that day.
And what were the circumstances of their arrests?
After they'd abandoned their phone numbers and their typical places where we would
go in reverse order while it's fresh.
Hold on.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tevis.
I will maybe go in reverse order while it's fresh. Sure. I want to talk about this slide that you put together that's titled Ali Lee Caldwell. This one, or if you have the same copies.
I don't.
Big shout out to Allie B from Tennessee. Y'all show her some love and drop some slime, brothers. She says you are incredibly talented. Thank you, Allie B from Tennessee. I greatly appreciate that. And y'all show her some love in the chat. It is definitely appreciated. A lot of hard work that come into this. So when I get that feedback, it definitely helps motivate and keep us going. Appreciate you, family.
Everybody Lady Justice is blind. Everybody can get it.
I don't have a copy in front of me.
And I don't have the PowerPoint yet, so I'm sorry, but you're familiar with it.
Yes.
I can actually hand you my copy. May I approach, Ron?
Yes.
So we get
Sure.
Sure. What in those photos did you say indicated to you that Mr. Caldwell was an OMF gang member?
Well, these photos just demonstrate that you can see his relationship with the higher-ranking members of the gang, including Lance Royster and Keontae Sanders. And you'll also see Trevante Turner featured in several of these photos, who's also a higher-ranking member of the gang. But the social media photos are not my only basis for that.
Okay. You said that when Mr. Sprinkle asked you, you said he was in the photos with some high-ranking members.
Correct.
Right? And you said that you were not aware of any gang tattoos on him.
I have not reviewed his tattoos yet.
Okay. To show you're not aware of any gang tattoos
Correct.
that he has. And you said there were, quote, no other factors to conclude that he's in a gang aside from what you heard on the wiretap and in those photos. Is that correct?
Right. With the leader of the gang confirming that he's a member of the gang, that's one of our factors that we use through our criteria.
And who's we? ABD?
The Atlanta Police Department, yes.
Okay. And are there statutory provisions that say somebody's in a gang, or you guys just get to decide that?
No, there's statutory provisions, 3 or more, organization, association, or group, associated fire signs, symbols, graffiti, tattoos, things of that nature.
Okay. And you would agree with me, no tattoos that you've
That I've seen, yes.
No.
Association with other members of OMF. Not everybody can.
Hold on. Shout out to Adventuring Ali B from Tennessee. Not technically tied to YSL, but we will get an appearance from YSL Nicole Hey, shout out to YSL Nicole, Tanquarius Mender's attorney. In future hearings, she's on a jury trial right now. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Appreciate that.
Take pictures like these, and like I said, there was an instance where him and Mr. Sanders had to confront a member of the gang for conduct unbecoming to the gang, and they were the two that did it.
Okay, but you're making distinctions between associates and members. You said that Mr. Caldwell is a member, but you have no evidence of membership that you've testified about today.
The evidence of membership that we use as our SOP for our criteria, and this is he's a member of OMF based on the gang's own leader referring to him and saying, Lee is fam, Lee is a member, Lee is one of us, you're not going to touch him.
And right now, y'all go take a break and click this link and go sub up to Rock Solid TV. New stuff coming. It's just a little samples out there, but it's about to be hectic. Y'all go sub up to Rock Solid. Appreciate you, no one.
If he's on wiretap saying, don't touch Mr. Sevis, he's one of us, I am a gang member. I have no say in that. Somebody else gets to label me.
But he also had that conversation, the preceding conversation with Mr. Caldwell, and then the fact that he's in these photos with high-ranking members of the gang, cumulatively, that lets us know he's a member of the gang.
Okay. I've been photographed with Chief Justice John Roberts. Am I a member of the Supreme Court?
Is the Supreme Court a gang?
Well, they're affiliated in fact. There's 3 or more members, and if they can, any of them commits a crime, you would say they're.
Now, hold on. That's a good point right there, because you know we been since the beginning of the YSL trial. I made a video about love, saying that y'all are gang members the way y'all prosecuting with this bullshit. So y'all are definitely gang members with false prosecution. So y'all should all be locked up on RICO. Everybody up in that motherfucking office.
Gang, right? Justice John Roberts, am I a member of the Supreme Court?
Is the Supreme Court a gang?
Well, they're affiliated in fact. There's 3 or more members, and if they can, any of them commits a crime, you would say they're in a gang, right?
If they commit criminal street gang activity.
Okay, which is any number of any crimes involving a firearm or anything in the racketeering statute.
I have no knowledge that
Including
that's
carrying a concealed weapon, right?
But is that going on right now? I'm not investigating the Supreme Court. I can't speak to that.
I'm just asking you.
If the Supreme Court was out shooting children at 1043 Spark Street, and you would be an associate of them, yeah.
My question is about, is this person a member of a gang? And you said, because he's photographed with these people, you have no other evidence that he's...
Jasmine say sound. If any of y'all experiencing sound difficulties, hit that refresh button, because I got it playing on the side right here, and it sounds great to me. So, I don't know. Let me know if I'm tripping. Oh, shit. I pushed the wrong damn button. While we here, since I pushed the wrong button, I got to refresh this. Okay, 101.13. And let me see, in the meantime, appreciate y'all, family. Chan Ma Black is golden. Let me see, hold on. Matter of fact, while we taking this time out, again, y'all show some love to the stream sponsors. It ain't required, but it is definitely appreciated. I appreciate y'all, family, for the love. It keeps us motivated, man, because, hey, it's tough. It's hard out here in these YouTube streets. You know what I'm talking about? This shit ain't easy. All right, where we at? 103. All right, let me start this back up. I got you. 103.
Yes, John, but before I
You have. Like I said, again, the leader of the gang, this gang is very active in disciplining people that will claim the gang that are not members. So if the leader of the gang identifies you as a member of OMF, you're a member.
And in fact, the person you're claiming as leader of OMF didn't say Ollie Caldwell is
Not sure what the heck happened here. It's still showing his words, so hold on. What the hell?
You have a recording where he called.
I don't know what that was about. My bad. Well, we back. Unfortunately, Thug did not give her credit when he tweeted that screenshot of Vivirito in her live thumbnail today. Was that really Thug or was he hacked? I don't know. And look, adventuring. And did you notice that it was talking about an award? So I don't know. Is Thugger low key trying to enter, trying to help out and promote the award series that we got going on? Because that was a perfect category for her. And she already, y'all know she won that award, so we gonna make it happen. But I wonder, was that really him though? That's a good question. And I think they was talking about our award show.
In FAM, right?
Correct. And
so you're making the conclusion that FAM or family is tied to the gang and not a friendly or familial relationship.
I'd ask you to let me finish. If you listen during my expert qualification with the Goodfellas, they refer to themselves as La Familia or La Cosa Nostra. So when they say fam, that means one of them. They refer to themselves as a family more so than a gang.
That is your conclusion?
That's documented. That's not my conclusion. That's historically documented through gang profiles, interviews, the profile in the gang itself. That's not my conclusion. That's historical.
So anytime somebody says fam, they're talking about La Familia, ONF, La whatever gang.
We don't just use one identifier, we use a cluster of identifiers. So Mr. Caldwell, based on who he hangs out with, what the leaders have said, his relationship to the conflict that's ongoing right now, and other factors, based in the totality, yes.
Okay. Back to my original question. I realize all the conclusions that you've drawn. I understand them. I have them written down. What evidence do you have? We've agreed that he's not making any signs in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
We've agreed that he's not flagging in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
He's not doing graffiti in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
In your initial testimony, you
Fuck
said that does fraud. He's not doing fraud, right?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far because in his phone extraction, I saw a little bit of fraud.
Okay. And you would agree with me that that fraud, whatever you saw, that we've not heard any testimony about that today?
All right, I wasn't asked about the fraud, right. But also...
And we've not heard anything about drug trafficking, which you said is another hallmark of OMF.
There is a lot of drug trafficking in his cell phone.
My question is, you've not testified about any drug trafficking on behalf of Mr. Caldwell in this hearing for the last 3 days we've had testimony,
Because we're testifying about the murder, but one other...
She don't love me no more.
Criteria by the statute is common activities and customs. So he's falling into that with who he hangs out with, where he hangs out, some of the things that they do, activities that he participates in, whether it be the drugs. He's being asked to send drugs to Mr. Sanders down at the prison, so he's participating in their activities as well.
I think the disconnect that we're having is you keep drawing conclusions, and I'm asking you what evidence. So in your conclusion, what evidence do you have?
I'm providing evidence.
This has been asked and answered like 18 times, okay?
What is the evidence then?
What she said is social media photos, information on the wiretaps, association, and discussions with the leader of the gang. Now, whether or not I think that's enough is something I'll decide when I review all the evidence, but you keep asking.
Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. 2 more donations and I crash out.
Asking her the same exact thing over and over and over again. She is.
And not no dollar donations. We exclusive now. I need them 5s and up. I'm joining the club. I'm joining the 5 and up club.
An expert witness in this case. She's supposed to draw a conclusion. She was qualified as an expert. That's the whole point of an investigation, is you stack up evidence and then at the end you make a conclusion. That's the entire point of being an investigator. So please ask her a different question.
I will, Judge, but I'm going to just get ahead of this and let you know we're going to have the same problems because I agree with you. You take evidence, then you form conclusions. I'm familiar with Ms. Vivirito, and I contend that her habit is to form conclusions without the evidence. So that's why I'm trying to drill down to how do we get the conclusion? Because she just said there's nothing in these social media photos except standing next to a person.
Well, I'd object to that statement just made by the defense counsel. Now defense counsel is becoming a character witness of investigator Vivirito, stating that he has some sort of
Right, and that you can absolutely argue all that in your closing, Mr. Tevis, but we have a long way to go, and you're asking the exact same question over and over. I get it. You don't like her conclusion. I get it. You disagree with her.
Mr. Turner, because I knew him from probation.
Okay, and you know that in your database, he was in what APD had him classified.
$990 away from 1,000. We trying to hit that 1,000. There go a 5. We up there. I see a sweetie. 985. Wait, actually, what you call it? Drop 5 too. 980. 980 away from 1,000. Let's go.
As a 30 deep YSL member.
I don't know. I know he's classified as MDC as well, and the majority of MDC is now GF.
Okay, and now he's 9 Trey.
He was 9 Trey at one point as a screening. Okay. His
Let her
screen name
finish answering,
indicates
please.
then he has 9 trade identifiers. When the OMF faction formed, which his cousin is the leader of, he began to show OMF identifiers.
If we can't identify you as a member of the gang, if you can demonstrate as per our SOP a membership or a close relationship with members of the gang, you'll be labeled as associate. That's why some people are charged appropriately as an associate. And for each defendant, I collected different pieces of evidence
To show either their relationship with the gang, their self-admission in the gang, or identifiers of the gang.
And did you obtain information from social media that informed you in that regard?
Social media, phone extractions, wire calls. Like I said, we used everything that we had at our disposal throughout the investigation.
And did you provide me with the excerpts from social media that were instructive as to whether or not they were affiliated with a gang or instructive regarding their gang affiliation to me prior to the hearing today?
Yes.
All right. It's probably a subset of that presentation.
Yo, what up, Sleepy? I see you. I saw you earlier. I meant to shout you out. My bad for leaving you hanging. What up, Sleepy? Appreciate you joining.
Detective Vivirito, I am about to hand you a multi-page document that's been marked for purposes of identification, state certificate. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And how do you recognize it?
These are some of the exhibits I provided you with prior to the hearing.
Exhibits, what are they exactly?
Showing each defendant's relationship or either membership or affiliation with the gang.
All right, and what are these exhibits? Like, what do they depict exactly?
For visual depiction, social media, it could be photos, it could be conversations. There were several.
Okay, so just excerpts from the social media returns that you obtained?
Yes.
Okay, so they could be photos and videos, or perhaps Mr. John Smith, J-Shot, concerned from the disappearing message between Martavius Smith and Mark Queante Sanders that you testified about earlier. Did you intercept any other communications concerning him?
Several, including the one we just listened to, and then there was another one between wire target number 2 and a member of Goodfellas named Andre Horton.
All right, so wire target number 2 being Altavius Jackson?
Correct.
And what day was that call concerning John J. Shot Smith discussed?
September 10th, 2024.
Okay. That call's only 17 seconds long?
Correct.
Come on, hey. Y'all come. I'm just getting the shit straight right fast, bro. Y'all come. Nigga J-Shot just went down the street.
We heard this one. Let me get this one down.
The defendants that are...
Hold on. You heard the voice come in. Let me shoot a shout out to our sponsor. We gotta let them get their credit. We gotta get them their credit, right?
Too late. They look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. I'm not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
Before us today.
It concerned Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and play that call.
Hello.
All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
Okay, like Traydon, who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like Traydon, I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm Traydon, big cousin, right? And you know, I'ma handle the business, like everybody know that, like, man, I'ma handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there, he come to jail, his ass get smashed, like, you know, got there.
All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
I'm saying that, like, Traydon, who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like, Traydon, I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm Traydon's big cousin, right? And you know, I'ma handle the business, like everybody know that, like, man, I'ma handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm Traydon's big cousin, right? And you know, I'ma handle the business, like everybody know that, like, man, I'ma handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there, he come to jail, his ass get smashed, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hello.
All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
I'm saying that, like, Traydon, who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like, Traydon, I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm Traydon's big cousin, right? And you know, I'ma handle the business, like everybody know that, like, man, I'ma handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there, he come to jail, his ass get smashed, like, you know, got that shit, you know what I'm saying?
I swear, like, I feel like you skeet has some
But
shit to
guess
do
what,
with it
though,
in my
you gonna
heart.
come out and you skeet know me. You skeet know this, is he?
You skeet locked up now.
Yeah, but look, but guess what, though, you skeet know this. If he had something to do with that shit, he gotta answer me. I'm not gonna let that shit go, you know what I'm saying? For how long it take? These folks can't hold me though. You know what I'm saying? I already got my time. I'm over with. I'm on saying. Yeah. But goddamn, hell no, like, I don't trust these niggas, bro. Cause goddamn, get with. Like, same thing, man, you don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I was telling him, like, hey, look, like, you know.
You trust y'all know.
Y'all know is my brother. He's y'all know in 3. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all know been.
I don't know y'all know.
years, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, see, I don't know how to
that's my brother. And you know, me and him, you know, I know he know me. You know, me and him had work. I had to tell him, like, hey, look, bro.
All right, so what defendants were mentioned in that portion of the call?
Mr. Reginald Thomas, who also goes by Yano, Lee, and Traydon, being Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford, are mentioned during the call.
How were they mentioned?
He's discussing his relationships with both of them, and later on in the call, he says that basically the only people that the female, Jessica Beatty, she's the person she goes by the moniker Boop, that she can trust Lee and Traydon, and that's who's going to handle his business.
Okay. That being Midnight's business?
Correct.
All right. Now, this was on August 3rd, 2024?
Yes.
Who are the parties to this call?
Ali Caldwell and Keontae Sanders.
Okay. And I'll just play the entire call. It's not very long.
Hello.
Oh wait, y'all didn't hear me on that last one? Was I muted? My bad. I said, I don't know. I think the last one I said, if I was muted, I said shout out to Allie for the gifted membership, and I said, too bad FFS, that $4.99 ain't gonna cut the gifted membership. I mean, ain't gonna cut the damn. Let me cut this one down. It's distracting me. Ain't gonna cut the cut for us hitting this crash out. It was supposed to be $5 and up, but you're using that that Macintosh, so those $4.99s. Hey, Flesh, do what Marvin Sapp did? Lock the doors. Nobody leaving this bitch till that money comes up. That's what I'm talking about. We got, let me see, 99, let's see, 90, 80, 75, 65, 55. Okay, we getting up there. We got about 950 to reach 1,000. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all, but we gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it. I'm fucking with y'all. We gonna get it. Appreciate you.
Hello. Yo, what you doing? Finna head toward the house. No, he's right. Yeah. You know LaShawn on land sign. Yeah. He say some niggas gonna poke you up in the group like something like that. Now they gonna see you like. Yeah. You say call him right quick. I'm about to. Just call him right back, right?
I'll play that.
The sign on land sign. Yeah. He say some niggas gonna poke you up in the group like something like that. Now they gonna see you like. Yeah. You say call him right quick. I'm about to. Just call him right back, right?
All right, so there was a mention of a Lil Sean in that call?
Yes.
All right, so who were the parties that were discussed in that call?
Mr. Sanders and Mr. Caldwell speak about a Lil Sean, who I know to be LaShawn Primrose.
All right, and how did they know Lil Sean Primrose?
I believe he's related to Mr. Sanders in some form or fashion. He used to go by the moniker OMF Demon, so he's a member of OMF as well.
All right, and 4293, that would be next sequentially from 4292. Were the calls numbered sequentially such that they weren't necessarily in chronological order, so 4293 would be the call that was placed immediately after 4293 or 4292?
Correct.
All right, so who are the parties to call 4293?
During this call, Mr. Sanders calls to confront an unknown party who went by the name of AJ.
Okay.
Big shout out to Allie getting us over that line to make sure we hit the sponsorship for the night. So we definitely appreciate you. We got you on the list. Let me drop a bomb for you. That means it's going down tonight, family. Y'all stay tuned. I got some stuff to say. I got to get a couple things off my chest, and we're going to talk about it tonight. But other than that, I appreciate y'all, family. Shout out to Allie. Drop a bomb. Drop some slime brellas. Drop some Alleys in the chat. Show her some love. And while you at it, keep them going for Chant My Black is Golden. She said, I'm about to bail this. What is, ball. I'm about to ball this. I thought it said bail. I'm about to ball this. I don't know what that means. I tried to ask you before I posted it, but I still don't know what it means. But shout out to Chant My Black is Golden. Appreciate you, family. Drop a bomb for you. We getting there, family. We got about 10 more minutes left. Let's get to it.
Yeah, Woo. Whoa, who this is? My name AJ, Woo. AJ, what time, little bro? Whoa, bro. Hello? Whoa, you know this is, right? Yeah, Woo. On this 12 o'clock, right?
Just for the record, the gentleman that said, you know who this is, right? Who's that that's speaking?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know that. Oh, look. Now, somebody just hit me, right? Yeah. And they got now, y'all supposed to make time I got now doing something Lil Lee, right? Yeah. What's up with that? Nah, hell no, I don't even know who that is. That never came out my mouth. For real. On 10, that never came out my mouth. I don't even know who you talking about. But I know exactly what you talking about, but I don't even know Charlie. Yeah. I don't even know Charlie Brown, right? No, I ain't even know that. I don't even know who you talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. It just don't hit my ear, right? And they on something your Instagram and shit, right? I'm pull up on little boy and just holler, right? Nah, hell no. Well, I ain't even know that. Well, you know, on Thursday, everything might be easy. Nah, I already know. I already know they won't put them up, right? Yeah. And then I just got the phone with Thursday, right? I was telling him I was putting up on you, right? He on the same thing, right? He like, man, when you doing that, bro? On that, all right? For sure. Yeah. For a nigga got down, nigga go ahead and dead that situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell Brody mad the same shit, cause I ain't say that, but I know who said that. So I'm saying, so if you putting up on me, so I'm gonna repeat it. Man, go ahead and do that. I'm trying to go ahead and do it. That's me, right? They need to holler at me, just pull up on me, right? Yeah. Don't get on that and then just hit me back right quick. For sure. Hey, look, bro. Yeah, well. Hey, who said it though? Yeah, I don't even know no about, but shit, it was supposed to be, he did some crazy shit, but some shit that I'm not gonna say on the phone type shit. You feel me? Yeah. Man, FaceTime, I'm finna FaceTime.
The evidence is going to show that law enforcement and this administration wanted to make me look like a menace to society.
Man, FaceTime, I'm finna FaceTime. Alright, Mark.
And who was that at the end of the call that said, I'm going to FaceTime you?
I believe Mr. Sanders and AJ both say they're going to FaceTime each other because they don't want to talk on the phone about it.
And what preceded that? Why didn't they want to talk on the phone about it?
Objection, speculation.
That is speculation, sustained.
All right, well, what did you hear them say immediately before they said they didn't want to talk on the phone about it?
That Lee had done some crazy shit, some shit he's not going to talk on the phone about.
Okay. And there was also a reference during that call, Mr. Sanders said that to dead that?
Correct.
That was Sanders that said that?
Correct.
What does that mean?
To stop the plan to harm Mr. Caldwell.
And this is what Sanders is telling AJ?
Correct.
And were you able to, as a gang expert, through listening to that call and the contextual details that were provided, determine who AJ may have been that he would have been able to carry out that request on behalf of Mr. Sanders?
Based on the context of the call and some of the terms that were used during the call, it sounded like a younger member of the gang.
And which gang would that be?
OMF or Goodfellas.
Okay, now moving right along here, if we look at, and this is again a subset of the social media that you obtained.
But what happened? They just going too much.
All right, now going back to the subset of or a portion of the social media that you obtained your investigation here on slide 50. Where did you obtain this right here?
This is from Mr. Caldwell's phone extraction.
Okay, and what are we looking at? What is this?
So after Mr. Sanders, I can tell from the time of the call and the time of the records, if you look at the slide 49 prior to this, you can see there's a series of phone calls that happen between Mr. Primrose, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Traydon Crawford. Video calls take place. But ultimately, Mr. Caldwell had, like he was told to do, messaged Mr. Primrose and was sent the message in question about people talking about harming them.
Okay, so those wiretap calls, 4292 and 4293, that we just listened to, they concerned a group chat with a LaShawn Primrose as a participant.
Correct.
And when you looked at Mr. Caldwell's phone, you found a bunch of call logs that included various parties with whom Mr. Caldwell was speaking, including LaShawn Primrose.
Correct.
And these would have been, looks like starting just after midnight on August 3rd, 2024?
No, this has been, there was additional calls prior to this. But this is adjusted for UTC.
Okay. So August 3rd at 4:12 a.m. UTC time, that'd be about 12 minutes after midnight Eastern time?
No, it's already been adjusted for UTC.
Is that what UTC plus 0 means in parentheses next?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so anyway, you have this log of phone calls, right, that you extracted from Mr. Caldwell's phone, and then you already told us here on slide 50, you also found this. What was this right here?
It was sent by, or the information that Mr. Primrose had received, that was sent to Traydon Crawford's also named. And in the call log, you'll see almost a 2-hour FaceTime call happens between him and Mr. Caldwell after receiving this.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Crawford.
And that's here.
I'm sorry, that's Traydon.
Traydon Crawford, sorry.
I apologize.
Thank you. And again, here on slide 49, you added these names: the Traydon Crawford, the Queante Sanders, the Adante Thomas, the Deontay Phillips, LaShawn Primrose. You added all those names.
Correct.
And third from the bottom, there's a FaceTime call, and that's 2 hours, 20 minutes long, and 22 seconds. That's the call that you're referring to?
Correct.
All right, and these here on the left, we go to slide 50, and the left-hand slide, there's looks like text message, portions of a text message conversation. It says few night.
Correct.
It says, y'all hit that like button or lose your edges, which is probably not a problem because most of they ass then lost their edges anyway.
What was that in Caldwell's phone?
That's how Mr. Primrose's contact was saved. I believe Mr. Sanders refers to him as nephew, so that would be few night, few from nephew, midnight.
Okay. All right, so as you continued with the wiretap investigation, you then intercepted a call 4547?
Yes.
All right, and what was the date of that call?
I'd need the slide back up so I can give you the exact date.
If you had a copy of your PowerPoint presentation, would it refresh your memory?
It would.
All right. Here you go.
Shall we talk about it?
Oh, here you go, sorry. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Greg.
I had investigator Vivirito. Here's a copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could please look at that and let me know when you've arrived.
Do you have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor.
Shout out to Jazzy T with the Cash App. Hold on. She said check your Cash App. Shout out to Jazzy T for the 5. Let me see. She got 5 on it. She got 5 on the Crash Out. Appreciate you, family. You drop a bomb for Jazzy T. Y'all drop some slime brothers and all that. Show her some love. We got about a minute left. Let me add you to the list. Big shout out to Jazzy T. Let me take my time for a minute. Let me get my thoughts together. Cause y'all gonna make me, y'all trying to make me say some shit I don't want to say. But I kind of want to say it. Shout out to Jazzy T. Got you. Added you to the list. Y'all show some love to Jazzy T. Appreciate you, family. Drop some slime brothers.
I may have copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay. And we'll be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know how I don't count.
All right. So right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
I put the 3D glasses on, so you know how I don't count. Period. When he got caught like shit in there, y'all gonna see, I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more folk when I get down with this shit.
All right, now that mention of tearing Oakland City apart, that was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the...
there's your 5-minute warning. He said, I damn sure will. Well, you should have already had it set up. As soon as I go live, Mook, you're supposed to set it up and just send me the link so I can already have it set up. It's crash out time, but before we do that, man, I need to gather my thoughts. I need to think about how I wish to proceed with this crash out. Cause it will be censored. It will be censored. But I'm gonna speak on it.
Move for time.
What?
I'm over time.
But before we get into that, let me do one more thing. And I'll do that later.
Peace to the family. Welcome to Flesh of the Gods. So you want to get your hands on some slime coins? No problem. Just jump into the chat, drop a message, and boom, you'll be gifted your first points. Now, if you want to see how many you've got, just type !slime coins in the chat, one word, no spaces, and you'll see your balance pop up in the chat. And when you're ready to redeem them, look up at the top of the screen for command prompts. The commands on the top left will alter the stream. The commands on the top right will summon puppets. You can donate via Cash App at $Versatile369 or the PayPal link in the video description. Thank you for tapping into the most interactive live stream. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Your support is greatly appreciated. Stay fresh and stay blessed, family.
Okay. So to start off with, this is one of my biggest issues, right? This is why I started streaming in the first place. Because of people like Eban and people like, I don't know, a bunch of other people that demand you listen to shit they way. Which is like, it's cool, that's dope, you got the exclusive. You deserve your credit if you got the exclusive. But this is what pisses me off. Now look, you see this? This is called a wave. This is a audio wave. Now you see this? You see this gap? Hold on, let me see. I don't know if you can see. Let me switch to this to see if you can see my arrow. But anyway, even if you can't, you can see the waveforms. You see how big this fucking waveform is compared to the sound? So you know what that is? That's your voice audio compared to the sound of the video. So for when people okay, hold on. Let me calm down. Hold on. Let me first show some respects, because this is all out of love too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no animosity against nobody. Like, none of that shit bothers me. Nothing y'all do bothers me. Nothing you could do bothers me. But let me pay my respects.
Too late. They look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. Not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
So, check this out. If I'm listening to your file, right? Because I fuck with a lot of channels, and a lot of people be coming with like some bullshit, right? I mean, they be having good information, but the way you put it together is not great. So since you helped me out, and I appreciate the way you helped me out, I'm gonna help you out. When I'm listening to a video, I don't want to have to listen to this and turn my volume all the way up so I can hear the file. You see how small this waveform is in the beginning? It's very small. So I had to turn my audio up to listen to it. I had to turn my TV up, my phone, whatever I'm listening to, my car. I had to turn it all the way up. And then all of a sudden this booming voice comes out. You see the waveform where it's like 10 times as big as the other waveform. Like, that is not the way we do things. So I'm not mad at how you do it. You do stuff however the way you want to do it. But don't be mad at me for making another edit so that people can listen to it clearly. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to hear the content clearly. They don't want to hear your whatever you may be feeling. You know, it's fine, you know, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? However you want to promote your content and run your show. If you want to do this and have very contrasting volume points, like where this is, you see that, you can see it on the screen. If you want to do that, that's fine. But don't be mad at me for editing that, because when I watch it, I don't want to listen to that. And this is no shot at you. Like, I love your content. You have great content. I used to be there, and I even tell you why I stopped coming. Hold on, where I'm at. Hold on, I got my. Hold on. Let me pull myself up real quick. So look, check this out. You have great content, and I've never had a problem with it. I've never had no, and this is especially for all of those in the bushes that's just here, because some of y'all don't usually be here. Y'all just here so y'all can gather some stuff and run back and tell it. Well, run back and tell this. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, I'm not here just for like, oh, trying to get your views and shit like that. Like, no, I'm here because messages need to be spread. So I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not holding the fucking content hostage, which I'm not mad at you. Do what you do. But I'm going to do what I do. Like, you acting like it can't be, like, I could erase any watermark. I could erase any of that bullshit you, anyway. Hold on, let me calm down. Woosah, hold on.
I'm the gatekeeper.
What I'm saying is, I respect you and any other content creator as far as what y'all gonna do. However y'all produce y'all content, that's fine. But don't be trying to gatekeep the shit. Like, this is like a news and media. Like, we are either news, media, and we're getting this message out, or we're trying to do it for views. If you just trying to do it for views, I understand. If you want to cut everybody out, like, no, you can only watch this on my channel, or if you watch it somewhere else, it's gonna have a big ass watermark covering the whole thing, then hey, do your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you, but I'm gonna do my shit too. Only reason, so if you look at my last video, it's very easy to take all that shit up out of there. It's like, but what you're doing is you're destroying the content. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fox 5, they put their watermarks on it, they put their labels on it, they do their thing. That's fine. That's fine. Label it, watermark it. That's great, but don't destroy the content. Don't put out some bullshit just so you could keep the good shit and then be like, oh, I'm going to post this later. My bad. That's personal. I'm getting back personal. I don't want to get personal. It's not a personal thing. This is general. This ain't against nobody specific. And another thing, too, next, moving on from that, and shout out to her. Hold on, one more. Before I pass that, let's give her one more round of applause for one of the top content creators. I ain't going to front. I ain't going to hate. She one of the top content creators, so.
Too late. They look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. I'm not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
Shout out to Berta for the 10. Let me add you to the group. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support, family. So again, like, it's crazy to me though. Like, it's this Willie Lynch syndrome. Dang, I meant to grab a Willie Lynch to pull up, but it's this Willie Lynch syndrome. Like, it's everybody think it's like me versus you. Like, I never came into this YouTube shit versus nobody, and I'm still not versus nobody. I don't care about none of, like, we're making entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how people take it so personal. Like, this is they personal lives. Like, you don't realize that you talking about somebody else's life, that you putting somebody else. Do you see Young Thug come in and hit you with a copyright claim because you talking about his court case? Do you see these cameramen that's recording coming to hit you? And did you shout out the cameraman? Oh, you said cameraman, but who the fuck is the cameraman? I know the name cameraman, but who's cameraman? I don't know. Cameraman who? Talk about showing credit. Did you show credit to where that footage came from? It's crazy. Now the gatekeepers is holding court footage hostage. All right, so the last thing on that, the last note on that, right? I respect content creators holding their stuff, you know, or marking their stuff and being like, yo, this is mine. This is my content. You know what I'm saying? I created this. So don't steal it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that you created it. But if you're not even creating the content, this is not, you didn't even record it. I played that last video. Look at my last video again, because it shows the difference of what they recorded compared to what you recorded. What you recorded, the sound was horrible. And that's no shot at you. I'm just being honest. That's no shot. But the sound was horrible. So if I would have took out that and just played your clip, then took out what they recorded and just played what you recorded, it wouldn't have been no views at all, because we couldn't hear nothing of what you recorded. But you got access to the actual recording, the real recording, so I respect that. And I give you your props for that. And you deserve your credit for that. But don't act like it's yours. You cannot copyright claim that. You cannot copyright that. Because you know why? Because it's not your created content. If you're a content creator, you need to create the content. You can't take something else that somebody else is recording and then put a content claim on it like it's your content. It's not yours. You took it from somewhere else. Somebody else gave it to you. It's not your content. You can't copyright it. Ah, shit. Okay. Where we at? Let me see. Wait the fuck. Hold on. The GOAT himself. Thank you, Berta, for the contribution to this channel. It's greatly appreciated. That's a fact. Shout out to Jazzy T. Let me find out someone talking trash. No, man, you know what's crazy though too? All right, so look, we want to talk about stealing stuff and not giving people their credit, right? So that means we're not gonna mention the times when I was in your chat, when I donated to your chat and you skipped right past my shit. We ain't gonna talk about the times when I said something in your chat to give you a heads up that you was about to fuck up, and you took what I said and said it on a live but didn't shout me out. We ain't gonna talk about that though, right? I got the recordings, I got the screenshots. We ain't gonna talk about that though, right? We ain't gonna talk about the shit that I said that you didn't give me credit for. You didn't even acknowledge I was in the room. You didn't even acknowledge I left a donation. What? Talk about give me my credit, man. But hey, you right though. Hey, if you got your shit, you got it. You got it. And I ain't mad at you, because you could do whatever you want with your content, because it's your content. But just remember, you can't copyright it, because it's not your content, because you didn't record it. You got that from somebody else. Unless you pay for it. Unless you pay for that copyright. And if you did that, I respect it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not mad. None of this speaking is mad at nobody. I'm just speaking that I'm tired of this Willie Lynch ass syndrome that is me versus you, that we all against each other. This gang shit. Oh, YouTube gang shit. My YouTube gang versus your YouTube gang. Like, no. Like, what the fuck? Like, we here to build and we here to spread the knowledge. If you really here to spread the knowledge, then let's spread the knowledge. Why you gonna rob your viewers of a good experience just so nobody else can't copy your shit? Like, you got the footage, but you gon' instead of that, you gonna damage the footage you have and fuck it all up to make it look bad just so nobody else has that footage. Like, what? I don't get it. I'm confused. But maybe because I ain't in that level, maybe I'll be different. Once I get on that level to where I got the footage, maybe I'll be the same way. But until then, I guess the world will never know. Let me get back into these comments. Man, don't bring out the crash out crew. No, y'all good. Y'all good. Hey, everybody good, man. Everybody good, family. I ain't worried about it. I'm just tired of this bullshit. Like, all right, and some more shit. Like, this fucking YouTube shit. Like, everybody acting like we gangs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my channel versus your channel. Like, we not a fucking gang, man. Because people will switch up on your ass just as fast as they click that subscribe button. So don't be acting like y'all here, like, you know what I'm saying, like really with a nigga if you not really with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't with a nigga through the ups and downs, the goods and the bad, don't act like you really here, because you ain't really here. Y'all motherfuckers is, man, all right, let me calm down. Let me woo-saw. Let me take another break.
Denied.
I think y'all, like, this shit, y'all taking this shit way too serious, yo. We are here for entertainment and for views. We are not here to affect your personal life. If you have personal issues, please keep them to yourself. I'm sorry, I can't deal with your personal issues and mine too and make content. Deal with your personal shit on your personal time. Don't come to YouTube trying to deal with your personal issues. Get that shit the fuck up out of here. Other than that, man, y'all show some love. Y'all go sub up to Late Night Bacon with Mookie. Let me see if he got something ready so we could go over there. That's where we really talk our shit at. You think this is something? Nah, we really talk our shit over there. No more of that hiding behind the scenes shit, man. Shout out to Maurice, the cameraman. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if he was the cameraman for this one, but yeah, I remember Maurice. I got a picture of him too, and I pulled it up before. Shout out to Maurice, the cameraman. Show him some love. Man, nigga gets no credit, right? Late Night Bacon with Mookie. Appreciate you, family. As soon as he said he was on, it activated. Adventuring, exactly. Man, I love when shit done without a subliminal. It was done with credit. Give you your motherfucking credit. You want your credit, you get your credit. And like I said, you want your credit, be careful, because in that credit, remember, there is a picture of Vivirito. And I do got, man, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull this fucking picture up while y'all bullshitting. Let me give credit where credit is due. Let me see. Oh shit, I don't got it right here. Never mind, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I don't know where I saved the picture at. But I can find it in this clip though. Let me see. Should I do it? Is we gonna take it there? Nah, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save that. I got it though, and it's in the video. With that spot where I was having trouble rewinding. If you go back there, it's a little bitty second where you can see Vivirito on the stand. So yeah, you can have your credit. For a second, I thought you was talking about one of my live streams. Then I remember I don't have a live stream on YouTube. Nah, I ain't talking about OnlyFans. You got that. Everyone go join my OnlyFans. You crazy. If anyone got a problem with what was said, tread carefully. Bow, bow, bow. That's a fact. Shout out to No One. Hey, y'all go sub up to Rock Solid. We got some shit coming. No One, Late Night Bacon with Mookie, FFS, Jazzy T, Chot Diggy, Chan My Black is Golden, Tack Clouds. We coming through with some shit on that channel. So y'all go sub up to Rock Solid if y'all want to see more of us as a group. Shout out to Berta S. Appreciate you, family. 5 months. Berta S with the 5-month membership. Appreciate the love. Appreciate that. 2025, no more subliminals. Everybody grown. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Get that shit off your chest. Yes, I respect that. No more bullshit. Don't be trying not to say my name so I don't get views. What kind of shit is that? Oh, I don't want him to get no credit, so I'm not going to say their name. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't care if you get views. That's some hater shit. I want you to get views. I want you to succeed. I just don't want you to stop me from succeeding. That's what's crazy. I don't mind you succeeding, but why you got to stop me? Why you got to hate on me? And that's including YouTube too. YouTube want to ban people and shadow block people because we ain't in your favorites list. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit because you ain't following the lines. Nah. I ain't breaking no rules. I ain't got to stay in the lines. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all have a great night, family. I love you all. Now run tell that. Bush riding motherfuckers.
Chasing down my goals, I self-law am master, supernatural disaster, metaphysical reaction, I am the flesh Winters and cold summers, black force ones when we slide in the streets. We all stay home at a club jumping. What up, cousin? I see you, fam. Throwing slime coins when I watch the trial. LEOs be capping, chatting action. Come and tap in the most interactive. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Tap in, being gone, flesh skin, every rap in. If you like us, gon' get the lights up. You can sub, you can share, tell them pack in. From the left, right, front to the passenger side. It's right here, the premiere. How you know? Cause them boys broadcast to the live. Wanna talk about it, hit the link right here. Slide coins up, got 100 bands. Montage, watch how the check. And the band made love to a bomber head. 2 bands do a dance like check. I'ma keep going till I'm motherfucking tired. You what? I'm motherfucking tired. Slide brothers out, could we rain down game? Like, what you mean? Just watch the rise. Watch the rise. Watch the rise.
I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Flesh of the gods.
I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
They think I don't see him. I see him, Jazzy. I hold up for you late night. Where you at? Let me see. Let me cut this shit down. Appreciate y'all being here. We gonna hold it down and wait for late night. Shout out to FFS. Shout out to Late Night Bacon with Mookie. Appreciate y'all being here. Fuck you. Let me see. Hold on. I got something else. Hold on. We can play something else while we waiting for late night. I got something for y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all hanging dry like this. Hold on. I got something for you. Give me a second, family. Give me a second. We got some shit for you. I got some. What else y'all on tonight? Who coming through to hang out at Late Night Bacon with Mookie? We coming. We about to get it in. This is just the beginning. We about to really talk some shit over there. So if y'all really want to see it, that was the edited version. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck you. So it's YouTube.
Yep.
It absorbs the longer wavelengths of light. Red.
Why can you not remove sky ice from Antarctica? You know they have no method to keep this ice from melting. Think about all the technology shit they got, but they have no method to take that ice from that place. With all their freezers, nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, all this, they cannot remove it. And the problem is that it don't even melt into liquid. It just disappears.
I was just trying to see what it said, because it said not in large amounts, so I just asked it, what about small amounts?
You can't remove no amount.
Yeah, that's what it said, even in small amounts. Let me see, let me play it.
What's stopping it from moving? You listen.
Even in small amounts, removing sky ice from Antarctica raises concerns, although the scale of the issues is reduced. Here's a breakdown. Arguments against even small removals. Precedent. Even small removals could set a precedent for larger scale exploitation of Antarctic resources. It blurs the line between scientific sampling and commercial extraction. Environmental impact. Localized. While a small removal might have a limited impact on the overall Antarctic ecosystem.
Y'all know that voice right there? Y'all don't know that voice. Who is that? That's your boy No One, Rock Solid. Shout out to No One. No One said, what the fuck that gotta do with it? You know what I'm talking about?
Could still disrupt localized environments. Even small disturbances can have disproportionate effects in such a fragile environment. Scientific disruption. Even taking small samples can disrupt the natural layering of the ice, which is important for climate research. It can also disturb meteorite collection areas. Logistics versus benefit. The logistical challenges of transporting anything from Antarctica are significant, even in small amounts. The environmental cost of that transport may outweigh the benefit of having a small amount.
Yeah, they bullshitting that. They bullshitting that. Because the motherfucker just said what ice it was is from a glacier, but it's just blue, right? Okay. Out of all the glacier ice they done removed, why is this different? You see how they said any removal, even small, should be strictly regulated and conducted only for legitimate scientific or educational You see how loaded that fucking statement is? Talking about it'll disrupt the meteorite collection. What? That's a telltale. What you got?
You're right to ask why sky ice, or blue ice, is considered special compared to other glacial ice. Here's a breakdown of the key differences that make it stand out. 1. Density and purity. Higher density. Blue ice is exceptionally dense.
Alright, I ain't gonna go too far into that. I know y'all ain't here for that, but shout out to Late Night Bacon. Y'all go sub up. I'll put the link. He gonna go live, so y'all go on ahead and click on that link and hit the notification bell, cause I'ma shut this down before all my viewers go down. And go sub up to Rock Solid. Stop playing. That's where we at with that. Sub up to Rock Solid if you want to hear a little something different. You know what I'm talking about? Other than that, I fuck with y'all. Shout out to the coldness. Shout out to the coldest. The coldest in the building. Yeah, the coldest. I love y'all, man. We out. Much love. Stay fresh, stay blessed, and peace out. Chasing down my goals, I self-law and master.